Do you ever wake up in the morning, know exactly what you need to do, but you just can't move? Not because you're still tired, not because you don't care, but because your brain and your body feel completely disconnected, and getting out of bed feels physically impossible. If you have ADHD and mornings are the hardest part of your day, where you lie there for 30 minutes, an hour, sometimes longer, just stuck, this is not because you're lazy. This is not because you lack discipline, and it's definitely not because you're not trying hard enough. Your brain is experiencing something called morning executive dysfunction, and it's keeping you trapped in what I call the ADHD morning paralysis loop. And in this video, I'm going to explain exactly what's happening in your brain, why mornings are so brutal for ADHD, and what you can start doing tonight to make tomorrow morning easier. Hi, I'm Karen. I'm a certified RTT hypnotherapist, and I work specifically with people who have ADHD and ADD to heal the subconscious patterns and nervous system blocks that make basic daily tasks feel impossible. Morning paralysis is one of the most common struggles I see in my ADHD clients, and I lived through years of it with my daughter. So if you dread mornings and feel like you're fighting your own brain just to start your day, you're not broken, and you're in exactly the right place. Let's start with the science. Your ADHD brain wakes up differently than a neurotypical brain. When a neurotypical person wakes up, their brain has a natural surge of cortisol, the hormone that helps you feel alert and ready to move. Their dopamine levels rise. Their prefrontal cortex, the part of the brain responsible for planning and initiating tasks, comes online pretty quickly. Your ADHD brain? That doesn't happen the same way. Your cortisol might be lower or delayed. Your dopamine, which is already lower in ADHD brains, is at its absolute lowest point in the morning. And your prefrontal cortex, your executive function center, is basically still asleep. So when you wake up, your brain doesn't have the neurochemicals it needs to create motivation, make decisions, or initiate movement. You're awake, but your brain isn't ready to function yet. And here's what makes it worse. Your brain knows what you're supposed to do. Get up, shower, get dressed, start your day. But knowing what to do and being able to do it are two completely different things when your executive function is offline. So you lie there, fully aware that you should be moving, but your brain can't send the signal to your body to actually start. This is called task initiation failure, and it's not laziness. It's a neurological gap between intention and action. Let me give you 3 deeper patterns I see behind ADHD morning paralysis. See which one feels most true for you. 1. Decision fatigue before you even start. ADHD brains struggle with decision making, and mornings are full of decisions. What to wear, what to eat, what to do first, what order to do things in. For a neurotypical brain, these are automatic. They don't even think about it. For your ADHD brain, every single one of those is a decision that requires mental energy. And when your dopamine is already low and your executive function isn't online yet, your brain looks at that list of decisions and goes, nope, too much, shutting down. So you stay in bed, because bed requires 0 decisions. Bed is safe. Bed doesn't demand anything from you. Your brain isn't being lazy. It's protecting itself from decision overload before the day has even started. 2. Anticipatory anxiety about the day ahead. Second pattern. Your morning paralysis is actually anxiety in disguise. If you have ADHD, you've probably spent years struggling to keep up, forgetting things, running late, feeling behind. So when you wake up, your brain doesn't think, oh, a new day full of possibilities. Your brain thinks, here we go again, another day where I'll probably mess something up, forget something important, or disappoint someone. That's anticipatory anxiety. And when your nervous system is flooded with anxiety before you've even gotten out of bed, it triggers a freeze response. Your body doesn't want to face the day because your subconscious has learned that the day equals stress, struggle, and failure. So staying in bed becomes a way to avoid that pain, even though logically you know it's making things worse. 3. Sleep inertia and circadian rhythm dysregulation. And third, your ADHD brain might be waking up at the wrong time for your biology. Many people with ADHD have what's called a delayed circadian rhythm. That means your brain's natural sleep-wake cycle is shifted later than the rest of the world. So when your alarm goes off at 7 a.m., your brain is still in deep sleep mode. It's not ready to wake up yet. And when you force yourself awake before your brain is ready, you experience something called sleep inertia. That's that groggy, foggy, can't think straight feeling that lasts way longer than it should. For neurotypical people, sleep inertia might last 10-15 minutes. For ADHD brains, it can last an hour or more. So you're not just struggling with low dopamine and poor executive function. You're also fighting against your body's natural rhythm. And that makes getting out of bed feel like moving through concrete. None of this is your fault. Your brain is working with a different operating system, and the world expects you to run on neurotypical time. That's not fair, and it's not sustainable. In my work with ADHD clients, I use what I call a subconscious morning reset. Let me give you a version you can start using tonight and tomorrow morning. Step 1. Prep your morning the night before. Your ADHD brain cannot handle decision-making in the morning, so remove the decisions before you go to bed. Lay out your clothes, decide what you're eating for breakfast. Put your phone across the room so you have to physically get up to turn off your alarm. Write down the first 3 things you'll do when you wake up. Not a huge to-do list, just 3 things. Get out of bed, drink water, brush teeth. When your brain wakes up and doesn't have to make decisions, it's so much easier to start moving. You're giving your executive function a head start. Step 2. Use a physical anchor to wake up your nervous system. The moment your alarm goes off, before you even think about getting up, I want you to do this. Wiggle your toes, stretch your arms, take 3 deep breaths. This sounds too simple to work, but here's why it does. Movement sends a signal to your brain that says, "We're awake, we're safe, it's time to activate." And those deep breaths? They activate your parasympathetic nervous system, which calms the anxiety and helps your prefrontal cortex come online. You're not trying to force yourself out of bed with willpower. You're gently waking up your nervous system first, so your brain can catch up. Step 3. Go deeper with the subconscious RTT. And for many people, especially if morning paralysis has been a lifelong struggle, these tips help, but they don't solve the root cause. That's where RTT and subconscious work come in. What I do with clients is, we go back to the moments your brain first learned, "Mornings are hard," or "I can't trust myself to get up on time." We release the shame, the anxiety, and the fear stored in those memories. And we rewire your subconscious with new beliefs like, "I can start my day with ease. My brain and body work together." When you heal the pattern at that deep subconscious level, mornings stop feeling like a battle. Your brain learns that it's safe to wake up, and your body learns how to move without the paralysis. So if your ADHD brain gets stuck in morning paralysis, it's not because you're lazy or undisciplined. It's because your brain is waking up without the neurochemicals and executive function it needs to start moving. Start tonight with prepping your morning decisions, using physical movement to activate your nervous system, and giving yourself permission to wake up slowly. And if you know this goes deeper, if morning paralysis has been stealing hours of your life every single day for years, I'll put a link below where you can book a free 20-minute discovery call with me, and we can talk about what's really keeping you stuck in bed. Tell me in the comments, how long do you usually stay in bed after your alarm goes off? 10 minutes? An hour? I want to know I'm not the only one who gets it.